What if I told you there is a whirlpool so powerful it dragged a test dummy 262 meters deep? What if an entire medieval city slowly fell into the sea? What if one Scottish lake holds more water than every lake in England and Wales combined? From tides that rise 15 meters to mountains that see 4 seasons in one day, the United Kingdom is packed with geography that will blow your mind. These are 50 geography facts about the United Kingdom you never knew. People think they know the United Kingdom. Tea, red buses, Big Ben. Beneath the surface lies a landscape forged by volcanoes, carved by mile-thick ice and constantly reshaped by some of the most extreme tides on Earth. Once you see what is really happening on these islands, you will never look at them the same way. Let's dive in. Fact 50. The second most extreme tide on Earth. The Severn estuary Harsamamashe has one of the highest tidal ranges in the world. At spring tide, the water rises and falls 15 meters. That is a 5-story building, twice a day. Only the Bay of Fundy beats it. The funnel shape forces billions of liters through a narrowing channel. In 6 hours, mudflats become a raging river. Fact 49. The tide that happens twice, double high water. In Southampton, high tide peaks, drops, then peaks again. Again, an hour later. This double high water gives the port 4 extra hours for loading ships. It happens because tidal waves in the English Channel interfere with each other. Geography giving free time to industry. Fact 48. Halfway around. The world. The United Kingdom has over 12,400 kilometers of coastline, enough to stretch halfway around Earth. No place is more than 130 kilometers from the sea. Fact 47th. Opposite tides at once at St. Mary's. On the Scilly Islands, it is high tide. At Dover, it is low tide at the exact same moment. The tidal wave takes 12 hours to circle the UK. Fact 46. The whirlpool of death. Between the Scottish islands between Jura and Scarborough lies the Corrib Wrekin, the 3rd largest whirlpool in the world. Currents hit 18 kilometers per hour, waves rise 9 meters, and the roar carries for 16 kilometers. A 219-meter deep trench slams into a basalt pinnacle. Just 29 meters below the surface, water is forced upward with apocalyptic power. Fact 45. Deeper than the Eiffel Tower. Scientists dropped a test dummy into the Corrib Wrekin. It was dragged to 262 meters deep. Almost as deep as the Eiffel Tower is tall. When recovered, it showed signs of being scraped along the seabed. The vortex grinds objects like a millstone. Fact 44. Surfing a tidal wave inland. The Severn Bore is a tidal wave. That races upstream at 21 kilometers per hour. It can reach 2 meters high. Surfers ride it for kilometers into the countryside, the longest surf ride in Britain. Fact 43. The flat-topped volcano. Ben Nevis stands 1,345 meters tall, the highest peak in the British Isles. But its summit is a flat, rocky plateau. It is the collapsed caldera of an ancient volcano that erupted and caved in on itself. A swimming pool of rain. Ben Nevis receives 4,350 millimeters of rain annually, over 7 times what London gets. The mountain has 261 storm days per year and is fog-bound 80% of the time from November to January. Fact 41. 4 seasons in 4 hours. On Ben Nevis, you can experience sunshine, rain, snow, and storms in one climb. The summit averages -5 degrees Celsius in winter, while Fort William at the base stays mild. You are climbing from Scotland to the Arctic. Fact 40. More water than a country. Loch Ness contains more fresh water than every lake in England and Wales combined. It is 36 kilometres long, 230 metres deep. 0.4 cubic kilometres of water. Fact 39. Water so dark it swallows light. Loch Ness has underwater visibility of less than 1 metre. Peat stains the water almost black. Even with modern sonar, exploring the depths is nearly impossible now. If something were hiding down there, the darkness is perfect cover. Loch Morar is 310 metres deep, the deepest in Britain. Its bottom lies 300 metres below sea level. Like Loch Ness, it has its own monster, Morag. Fact 37. Roads in the sky. In Glenroy, 3 perfectly horizontal lines are carved into mountainsides at 260 metres, 325 metres and 350 metres above the valley floor. They are ancient shorelines from glacial times, lakes that existed 10,000 years ago. Fact 36. Islands in a sea of hills. Across Scotland are isolated peaks called monadnocks, made of super-hard quartzite that resisted millions of years of erosion. They are geological survivors, frozen in... Fact 35. The basket of eggs. Northern Ireland has over 1,000 drumlins, smooth hills left by glaciers. From above, they look like a basket of eggs. County Down is famous for this surreal terrain. Fact 34. The drowned land bridge. 10,000 years ago, Doggerland connected Britain to Europe. As glaciers melted, it flooded. Today, fishermen pull up Stone Age tools from the North Sea floor. It is Britain's Atlantis. Fact 33. The mega tsunami. 8,200 years ago, a massive underwater landslide off Norway triggered the Storegga tsunami. Waves over 20 metres high slammed into Scotland, wiping out the last Doggerland settlements. It was one of the most catastrophic disasters in British prehistory. Fact 30. The city the sea ate. Dunwich in Suffolk once had 5,000 residents and 8 churches. Coastal erosion ate it alive over centuries. The last ruins disappeared in 1920. Today, fewer than 150 people live there. Local legend. You can still hear church bells ringing beneath the waves. Fact 29. Giant's Causeway. It has about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns formed 60 million years ago. Most are perfect hexagons. When lava cooled slowly, it fractured into columns. The rock contracted and fractured into geometric patterns, the debate that birthed geology. In the 1700s, scientists argued whether basalt came from seawater or volcanoes. The Giant's Causeway proved it could only be volcanic. Modern geology was born on these Irish shores. Fact 27. The skeleton that changed everything. Cheddar Man. Found in 1903, he is 9,000 years old. DNA analysis in 2018 revealed he had dark skin and blue eyes, shattering assumptions about early Britons. Fact 26. The cave that never changes. Wookey Hole caves stay exactly 11 degrees Celsius year-round. The caves are 50,000 years old and were inhabited by cave hyenas and humans during the Ice Age. In British peat bogs, bodies do not decay. They are preserved perfectly. Lindo Man, found in Cheshire, is 2,000 years old, but he looks like he died weeks ago. The acidic water stops decomposition. It turns bodies into leather. They even preserved a 6,000-year-old road. The Sweet Track in Somerset, built in 3807 BC, is one of the oldest roads on Earth. The peat preserved the wooden planks. So well you can still see axe marks. Fact 23. Tropical London. 50 million years ago, London was a subtropical mangrove swamp. Fossils of tropical fruits, palms and crocodiles are found in the London clay. Britain had not yet drifted north. If these facts are blowing your mind, hit that like button and subscribe. We are halfway through and it gets even wilder. Fact 22. Islands closer to Norway. The Shetland Islands lie 140 kilometres from Norway, but 170 kilometres from Scotland. They are geographically closer to Scandinavia than to Britain. Fact 21st. Nights that never darken. On Shetland, in summer, true darkness never comes. The sun barely dips below the horizon, creating perpetual twilight. Simmer dim. In winter, the nights stretch endlessly. Fact 20. 900 islands. Once Scotland has over 900 islands, but only about 100 are inhabited. Hundreds were abandoned during the Highland clearances. Lewis and Harris, the largest, at 2,200 square kilometres, is technically one island. Fact 19. Palms. The Scilly Isles sit in the Atlantic. They lie 45 kilometres off Cornwall. The Gulf Stream creates a subtropical microclimate where palms thrive, while the mainland gets snow. Fact 18. 7 times wetter. Western Scotland receives over 4,000 millimetres of rain. Rainfall varies dramatically across Britain. East Anglia gets just 600 millimetres per year. That makes it 7 times drier across tiny distances. Atlantic winds dump moisture on western mountains, leaving the east comparatively dry. And then there is the knife edge. Crib Goch in Snowdonia is barely 1 metre wide. It has 300-metre drops on both sides. Several people die here every year. It is the most dangerous ridge walk in Britain. Fact 16. Mountains with Arctic plants. The Cairngorms host Arctic alpine vegetation that normally grows thousands of kilometres north. These Ice Age relicts survived on cold mountaintops when glaciers retreated 10,000 years ago. Fact 15. The bird that turns white. The petarmigan lives year-round above 1,000 metres. It turns pure white in winter. Only about 2,000 breeding pairs remain in Scotland. Fact 14. A carbon vault, bigger than a country. The Flow country in northern Scotland covers 4,000 square kilometres of peat bog. The peat stores over 400 million tonnes of carbon dioxide, more than all UK forests combined. Fact 13. Land below the sea. Parts of the Somerset levels lie below sea level. Only drainage canals and pumps prevent flooding. When they fail, the levels become an inland sea. Fact 12. The river that flows backwards. The Thames flows east, not north, because 450,000 years ago, glaciers blocked its original path. The river was forced to carve a new route through chalk hills. Fact 11. Underwater Grand Canyons. Off Scotland lie enormous submarine canyons. The Faroe. Shetland Channel is over 1,000 metres deep and 600 kilometres long. Cold water corals grow in the darkness. Fact 10. U-shaped scars of ice. Glencoe is a valley 16 kilometres long and 600 metres deep. Walls. Glaciers carved this U-shaped valley from what was once a V-shaped river gorge. Fact 9. A mountain born twice. Snowdon erupted from volcanoes 450 million years ago. Then glaciers carved its pyramid shape. It is a mountain shaped by fire and ice. Over 250,000 people climb it annually. Fact 8. A city built on perfect clay. London sits on up to 150 metres of London clay. This stable, waterproof clay is why London has one of the world's most extensive underground rail networks. There are tropical fossils underfoot. London clay contains fossils of palm seeds and crocodile bones. 50 million years ago, Britain sat near the equator with temperatures around 30 degrees year-round. Greenbelt, a green wall around the city. London is surrounded by 5,000 square kilometres of greenbelt, where building is banned. It is almost 3 times larger than London itself. It was established in 1947 to stop endless sprawl. Fact 5. Rocks older than complex life. The Lewisian gneiss in northwest Scotland is up to 3 billion years old, some of the oldest rock in Europe. These stones formed before oxygen filled the atmosphere. Fact 4. The whirlpool that broke Orwell. In 1947, George Orwell was caught in the Corrib Wrekin with his young son. Their motor ripped off and they nearly drowned. Some believe the trauma influenced 1984. Fact 3. Britain under ice. 20,000 years ago, almost all of Scotland, Wales, and northern England were under ice up to 1 kilometre thick. Only southern England remained ice-free, a frozen tundra with mammoths. This is a coast that eats itself. England's east coast erodes up to 2 metres per year. Entire villages have fallen into the sea. Holderness is one of the fastest eroding coastlines in Europe. Fact 1. A coast containing deep time. The Jurassic coast spans 185 million years of Earth history in 155 kilometres. It shows the Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous periods in perfect sequence. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a library written in stone. There you have it. 50 UK geography facts you never knew, from whirlpools that drag objects from the abyss to cities swallowed by the sea. Britain is packed with hidden wonders. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and subscribe for more geography that will blow your mind. Fact 1. A coast containing deep time. The Jurassic coast spans 185 million years of Earth history across 155 kilometres. It shows the Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous periods in perfect sequence. It is a UNESCO World